These are my 15 items for my math toolbox. First thing is a yardstick, and use this when we're comparing different things to measure. Next, an egg crate carton, and I use this to teach the kids dozen and half dozen, also fractions and grouping. Next thing is toothpicks. These are also very good for fractions and grouping. And to separate those out, I use the small and large Ziploc bags, and they also do very well to separate money. Next thing is cardstock paper, and I use this for all kinds of things. You can make flashcards, and then when you make the flashcards, you can laminate them. So that's another object that I have, is the laminator, and it will last so much longer if you laminate them. Another thing is a 100-foot measuring tape, and I use this to measure all kinds of huge things, so we can go outside and measure things. Next thing is a flexible sewer's tape, and this is better to kind of measure things inside the classroom, so we use that. And then we have all of these different types of measuring cups, so you got all the different sizes in there, and those are good. You can store things in, you can also kind of separate, also good with groupings. Then you've got the cupcake holders, and those are also good for grouping because they're real inexpensive, so working with fractions. Then I've got my Apple TV and my iPad, and I use that as a document camera. Also, I will shoot up their worksheet, so I kind of shoot it up on the projector, what they've done, and the kids love to see their own work and their own handwriting up on the board. Then I use a small whiteboard along with a big whiteboard, and this whiteboard we can use for group activities. You can use it for individual activities. You do math races, all kinds of cool things. Next thing are pattern blocks. The kids love pattern blocks. I've got the thick ones, so they love to build them on their desk. They're very good for teaching values. Next thing is the money, and have a little store set up in the classroom, and they're really good. They like to do things, kind of make purchases, good for teaching the kids how to make change. And then the last thing is a fishing pole, and the kids absolutely love this one. Put like a number sentence on the board, and I tell them the answer, and they've got to be the first one to touch the number sentence up on the board. So it's a very cool thing. And obviously you can see that from these objects, these are kind of everyday objects, but in the classroom, they are very, very handy to use, and the kids love it. And so again, these are my 15 items for my math toolbox.